In today's video, we'll be looking at conspiracy theory TikToks that will shatter your reality.
Does anyone want to tell me how in 1927 Universal Studios came up with this picture of the world? When the first picture of the world wasn't available until the 1960s through NASA? Almost 40 years later? How did Universal Studios know that this is what the world looked like? Especially from space, when we hadn't been to space yet. Does anyone know? Anyone want to guess?
Has Kanye West been cloned? If you've been...
What is my man's wearing? Come on. Who is that? What is either one of them wearing? I'm just going to put this out there. The fashion industry, if this is what we're calling this, is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know what they got going on out there, but my man's got on some shoulder pads, some leggings, and probably some swim shoes. And it looks like she looks like a lantern or something, like a lampshade. That's what it is. She's a lampshade, and he's a ballerina football player right now.
Been on TikTok for all of 5 seconds, you've probably heard this Kanye West conspiracy theory stating that the rapper has actually been replaced with a clone. But where does the conspiracy come from? The answer, surprisingly, is that it originates from Kanye West himself. West is no stranger to controversy or sometimes off-the-wall remarks, and this recent freestyle of his is no exception.
It's the only, the real not the phony. The phony will clone me. Just watch how they clone me. And no.
But that's not all. People have taken to social media with height comparisons of Kanye and various celebrities before and after the supposed cloning took place. West's height is 5'8", and here he is with his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who is 5'2". West's new wife, Bianca Censori, is purportedly only 1 inch shorter than him at 5'7", but there are multiple photographs showing Censori who looks much shorter than West wearing heels, even while he's more or less barefoot. But the rumors don't end there. West's general appearance and strange new habit of wearing upper body padding has sparked some unusual headlines along with his strange new fashion choices. And the rapper himself keeps making strange allusions to other celebrities and various pop culture conspiracy theories.
Do you know the first time I ever took medication, why I was? Because I got mad at paparazzi.
I'm so sorry.
You know what paparazzi was?
No.
The same one that shot Britney.
No.
We ain't going nowhere, baby. You've been here for years.
If I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying?
West and Censori also made headlines after West's recent attack on the brand Balenciaga for its recent highly controversial and incredibly shady ad campaign, only to show up shopping at a Balenciaga store. Definitely an unusual 180 to make after coming out so hard against the brand.
Right.
So is all this just West's attempt to stay in the headlines or something more sinister? I'll let you be the judge, but I'd love to know what you think. Is Kanye West a clone, or is this all just one big publicity stunt?
And what y'all think, man? Y'all think they done cloned my boy Ye? You know, was it some MK Ultra type stuff going on? You know, something, you know, where they're programming his mind? I don't know, but the way he be acting is just, it's not normal by any means, you know. But a lot of this stuff in this world is not normal, you know, because who defines normal anyway? But man, it's just wild.
They might come after me for telling you this. Moving on to the end of our list here, we have the Rothschild Rockefellers. This refers to the 2 most powerful and richest families in the world. Starting off with the Rothschilds, which was 5 brothers that basically own and control the banking in all of Europe. Through this, they amassed a fortune. And since then have funded major military efforts, bailed out banks and even governments, and basically have their companies and hand in almost every country across the world. On the other side in America, we have the Rockefellers, who amassed their fortune through industrialization and the monopolization of the oil company. With this money, they were able to fund such projects like the atomic bomb, the invention of nuclear weapons, and even had a major role in funding and creating the UN. The actual net worth of both these families is unknown, but it could be anywhere from 500 billion upwards to the trillions. And the theory here is that they control everything, from what you hear, to the money you receive, to the systems put in order that you follow. And of course, guys, with a lot of money comes a lot of power. But power leads to dangerous situations. And even though this is theory, revealing this information could be very dangerous because
What is this? Look like a little reptilian or something. Dang. Not gonna lie, y'all, I'm actually recording this video on one of those devices. They got me too.
Andrew Dawson filmed what he claimed was a giant on top of a mountain in Jasper National Park in Alberta, Canada. In the following days, he tried to get closer to find and film the creature, but in the process claimed to be stopped, harassed, followed, and stalked by the CIA. He then stops posting videos for over a month, and when he returns, uploads an update video that is extremely strange, and viewers pointed out that it seemed like it was forced. His next video that he uploads would be his last, because a month and a half later, sadly, tragedy struck. That's a brief overview of this strange saga. I just uploaded a full-length video documenting this on my YouTube channel.
Okay, you guys, I just found something out and it's blowing my mind. Some of you may already know this, so don't come in the comments like, you didn't know that? No, I didn't. You know why? Because I live in the United States of America, where we have been brainwashed and not been taught about real history. Okay, if you guys go to the first video on this playlist, the simulation, I filmed it on January 11th, 2021. And it was showing how all of the times were different on every clock, every digital clock. My boyfriend at the time was working. He had like 3 computers in front of him. They all said different times. His phone said a different time. He came upstairs to show me my phone said a different time. All the times were messed up. In my comments, people were like, what about analog clocks? As you can see, I have analog clocks. So I went to check those and those were off too. So I was like, there's been a weird shift in the universe because the ball also didn't drop on time at the New York ball. It was like a minute late or something. I was like, we've definitely shifted dimensions. Something's going on. Look at this. I recently came across a video talking about how the calendar is supposed to have 13 months, but the Gregorian calendar changed it, which is the calendar we follow today. So I see this comment, come to Ethiopia, you will see what you are saying. We have 13 months within a year. So someone commented, right now we're in 2014, year of Mercury. Today's date is Thursday, the 22nd of March, 2014. Our new year is on the 1st of September. And I was like, wait, they're living in 2014 and we're living in 2022? Is that why they say that all time is simultaneous, like past, present, and future, we're all living in it at once? But then I saw this comment. So if we're in 2014, according to your calendar, 2020 Gregorian calendar corresponds to 2012 your calendar when the truth started to come out and people woke. So the Mayans were right. COVID really put everyone in 2020. Using your calendar, that means that the year 2012 was the end of the world. Mind blown. Okay, nice. So of course I had to look up when our calendar started. It was in 1582. Ethiopian calendar started around AD 400. So they are obviously way more correct than we are. How many years did we lose switching to the Gregorian calendar? 8 years. We're lost in translation when the switch to the Gregorian calendar was made to the 15th century. And if you guys remember, the Mayan calendar says that the end of the world would be on December 21st, 2012. And even according to the Julian calendar, that would be on January 21st, 2020, when COVID was at its peak. So I'm freaking out in the middle of the night and I message my dear friend, JK Ultra, Jen, if you guys aren't following her, please go follow her, who's super into all this stuff. And I was like, girl, I'm sure you know this, but did you know this? And her and I are both freaking out because we didn't know this. So she goes and converts what day is December 21st, 2012 in the Ethiopian calendar. What does it calculate to us? December 31st, 2019. So the last day of the world, according to the Mayan calendar, was on December 21st, 2012, if we had kept up with the original calendar. But because we switched it, it was December 31st, 2019. So in 2020, the new world started. So we have already shifted into a new dimension. And this is why everything is so different. This makes so much sense. Are you guys freaking out? Because I'm freaking out.
Yo, not gonna lie, that is crazy. That is mind-blowing. And in all honesty, you can probably find a lot of truths in Ethiopia. You know, things are probably way different over there than they are here. But man, that is a little trippy though, because I felt a shift. I don't know if anybody else felt that, but I felt a shift in 2020. It was a shift in consciousness, 100%. And my mind went from one area to a completely different area. And that's possibly why. What y'all think? Y'all think the dates correlate? That's new information for me. So I need to take some time to let that sit in.
Have this poster that exposes every conspiracy theory on the planet. Today, we will decode the truth on the top secret U.S. military base named Diego Garcia. This base lies in the center of the Indian Ocean and has proven to be strategically vital in all overseas affairs. The drama revolving around Diego Garcia started in the 1960s, when the British Empire forcefully removed the locals from their homeland. Since then, this island has been shrouded in mystery. In 2008, Time magazine claimed that there was a black site prison on the island operated by the CIA, where detainees were held and tortured. Claims have also been thrown that the missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 secretly landed here, and that all of the passengers became experiments for the CIA. If you wanted to visit the island yourself, you would need to get special clearance. You aren't getting in there. Diego Garcia has been a topic of conspiracy for decades now. Who truly knows what horrors go on beneath the surface of that remote island?
I ain't never heard of Diego Garcia.
It's the government hiding an entire civilization from us. The Tartarians were said to be a civilization that unlocked the key to free energy, allowing the Tartarians to advance exponentially, as citizens were allowed to express their creativity freely, without the stress of work, leading to many great inventions and grand architecture. However, a powerful organization that controlled the world through the cell of energy had already invested heavily into energy production and lobbied against Tartaria, as free energy will essentially take away all the control that they had. This organization tore Tartaria apart and erased them from our history books, making it seem like Tartaria never existed. But if you look carefully, the evidence of Tartaria is still there, in old maps, in architecture around the world that seemed to advance. Places like the Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China, or even the pyramids in Egypt looked way too advanced to have been built by their respective nations, but collectively, all have similar themes in their design, similar themes aimed at harvesting energy. So, wake up.
Yo, that picture right there, right? I've seen this picture before, and this is one of the pictures that makes me question the time that we're in, right? Because it's literally, there's 1,000 years missing right here. They took the M and added it. This is an old photo here on the left, right? That's the original, you know, and it's Roman numerals up there, so it's telling you the date. I believe that's like 800 and something. Over here, it says 1800 and something. So, what happened?
Look
at that. Look at that right there. Look, there's buildings here in my town just like this, right? Where the building goes down into like the ground a little bit and there's a road coming up. And I'll ask these questions to people like, why do you think they built that? Why would they build that into the ground? Why is there a door down there? Why are there the tops of windows on the sidewalk? Does that make sense to you? And people are just like, oh, I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. But it don't make sense. And it feels like there was some type of flood or something to cover up, you know, these buildings. And they're just now like, it's crazy, guys, because it's all over the world.
And try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible, but it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But
what? I know y'all heard that.
But I was just
privacy thing, and I thought that was a fascinating answer.
Okay, you want to take off the hoodie?
No, I never take off the hoodie.
I know you don't. What's with that? There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would.
No.
Girls?
Whoa.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, that's okay.
You should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
Are you hot? Go ahead. Here. You get some. You all right? What?
Oh, really?
My God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret vault. Look at that. Making the world open and connected. Stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. This weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh my God, it's like a secret cult. This weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh my God, it's like a secret.
Wowza. That's crazy. I've never seen that before.
This is a part 2 to my brothers and sisters in the Catholic faith. Please wake up. What's up, guys? It's Calvin. Hit that plus button for more content like this and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Straight to it. This is the next Pope.
He look crazy, don't he?
Sign. Ancient art, satanic hand sign. I wouldn't recommend reading it, but these are satanic hand signs, and this is the name of the book. Famous people using these satanic hand signs
all the time.
Here's a satanic person using that same hand sign. It's a very sad story. I'm not going to go into it. Here's a Baphomet using that hand sign. Here's a satanic high priest, Anton LaVey, using that satanic hand sign. The Beatles using satanic hand signs. Look at John Lennon. Ancient art of a false Jesus with these satanic hand signs. Stay with me. And here's an ex-pope with an upside inverted cross on his chair. And look at the comparison to the satanic.
36-year-old Scottish computer engineer, Gary McKinnon. They are there to arrest him on behalf of the United States Justice Department for hacking into top-secret computers at NASA and the Pentagon. McKinnon not only admits to the crime, but claims he uncovered evidence that the U.S. government was working with extraterrestrial beings.
No, that's not.
There were a lot of text files that had lists of places, installations, military bases, Air Force bases, Navy sites, NASA sites. So there was a lot to go through. But I did find a goldmine of information.
According to McKinnon, he unearthed a secret U.S. military program that existed entirely in space.
I found the spreadsheet was actually titled in the column non-terrestrial officers, as well as officers' names. It had ship names. None of these were ocean-going ships. It was astounding.
Well, the government got smart. They stopped doing all the inventions and all the technology themselves, because once they developed the technology themselves, they had to give you the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, where you can pull down the records and see exactly what they're doing. So now they subcontract out all the work to Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, and all these places, right? Northrop Grumman. So you can't see what the hell's going on. You have no clue what's out there. I'm here to tell you the technology is 300 years ahead of whatever you could dream of. 300, not 40, not 50, not 100.
300.
300. Whatever you can think, whatever you can imagine in your mind, whatever you can conjure up and think based on whatever sci-fi movie you saw before, I'm here to tell you it already exists. It already exists.
That's crazy though. 300 years. Just think about that. We were just talking about that in my last video, but I was saying like 40 years like he said, but he's saying 300 years ahead of us. They probably on the moon right now. Just got a whole production line building UFOs. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most crazy conspiracy theories that I'm sure shattered your reality. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.